All right, guys. So we are at the final round of this Grand Prix event, and I will be explaining every single thing that I do in this lap step by step. And I will be using a very easy approach. And it's something that every single player that is playing on manual drive can try to replicate and practice easily. So I will also be showing you how to do the bridge speed trick like this, or like this, or like this. Now I will be explaining how to do the bridge speed trick if you really want to practice it yourself, especially with this car. But for the lap breakdown, I will be using a very simple run in order to explain all the basics and the things that you need to keep in mind in order to achieve a fast lap time. So let's begin. Okay, so the start is fairly simple, but there are a few key details you need to keep in mind. So I'm ensuring that my car is aligned perfectly for the first ramp, and that's because I want to get two barrel rolls off this ramp. Now, if you have watched my previous lap breakdowns, you know that with a car like this, which has very poor nitro, it is essential to make sure that you get a constant surge of nitro every single time that you are in the air. Like, what I mean with that is you don't want to run out of nitro mid air, is because it's just going to like freeze your car in a position where it's not gaining any speed while you are in the air, and you will be wasting that crucial air time that you get while taking a jump. So we don't want that. So we take two barrel rolls like this. Now since I am halfway in the barrel, I will use my nitro, and this ensures that I'm getting a constant surge of nitro as I'm completing my barrel rolls like this. Again, taking this jump slightly higher. And this is because we don't want to hit any of these rails towards the right on this bridge. This is the faster route. So it's important to take this barrel roll slightly higher like this. And while you are doing it, don't swerve too much to the right, and that's because you will end up hitting this building, or you will end up clipping through this building, and the game will just throw you towards the left, and that's bad. We don't really want that. So we're just trying to ensure that we are not making any sudden movements as we are taking this barrel roll. We're just swerving slightly towards the left and ensuring that our car is perfectly aligned for this upcoming jump. Now, it might seem simple at first, but you really need to practice this for yourself, and make sure that you are doing every single thing by the book, at least for this particular section. As soon as I land, I apply shockwave. Also, one key thing that I should explain, nitro management is very important on a car like this as well. So as you'll see, as I'm making barrel rolls and I'm accelerating in speed, as soon as I reach max airspeed, I think right around this part, like this, yes, I cancel nitro as soon as I reach max airspeed. So in the case of my car, since it's a 2-star car with overclock, I reach a max airspeed of 499 kilometers per hour. So as soon as I do, in order to save enough nitro for a shockwave on the upcoming jump, I just press the brake button once to cancel nitro midair. You want to do it once, you don't want to press it twice, because pressing it twice also stops the car from making a barrel roll, like, completing a full cycle of barrel roll. So that will be bad. So just press the brake button once in order to cancel your nitro midair. Hopefully you are able to replicate all of this thus far. Now I do a speed trick here called as rail riding, but you do not have to you don't have to copy it as such. What you can do instead is just land your car on the ground normally, like I would say right around here. And this is so that when you are steering your car towards the left, you don't end up losing a lot of speed, because you don't want to take very sharp corners with this car, because it will end up losing a lot of speed because the handling is bad. So you can land here, apply do some nitro braking speed tricks, and just try to steer towards the left and use perfect nitro while you are doing that. So I do it like this. Now I have delayed my perfect run for the next 10 seconds, and this will be useful later. But still, the approach is rather simple. There is one more way to take this particular section of the track, but it's a bit more complicated. So, for the purpose of keeping this run simple, I avoid doing that. And what I do instead is I use Perfect Nitro to apex around this corner. Now, Perfect Nitro in Asphalt Legends Unite is of very important use when it comes to cornering and, especially making corners like these at high speeds. I get a near miss from that truck. I collect this nitro bottle as well. And right around this part, I will get a perfect run, which is necessary for our needs. Another near miss. I'm apexing around this corner again. Now there is one more way to take this particular section as well. You can chain your jump from the right towards the left ramp. Very similar to what we were doing at the start of this lap. But to make it simple, I take it like this. Just taking the jump like this, getting 3 barrel rolls. You can also get 2 barrel rolls, it's fine. But what I was trying to explain is in an advanced approach, I would take a wider racing line and approach the ramp from a wider angle like this. If you can follow my cursor, I would approach it from a wider angle like this. Take this jump right around this part and chain my barrel rolls from the right ramp all the way towards the left ramp, and then continue my jump towards the upcoming ramp, which would be a flat ramp. Now, like I explained, I won't be doing the speed trick in this particular lap. So I take it like this and just continue towards the barrel roll. But what if you wanted to do a speed trick? So there is a way to do it, and I will explain it now. Yes. So right around this part, it's all about the way you are initiating the jump, right? So we want to initiate our jump such that, like, I'm steering slightly towards the left, apply yellow nitro before the jump starts. Start steering your car towards the left, and then switch from yellow nitro. And then while we are switching from yellow nitro, I apply the nitro button once more in order to get orange nitro while I'm in the air. So this ensures that I am accelerating very quickly. Now, as I'm landing, I'm ensuring that I'm just not giving any steering inputs. And then as soon as I land, my car will do a slight bounce. And when it does that, I will quickly steer my car towards the left like this. Like this. I press the brake button right around here, so this cancels my nitro. And as soon as my car just sort of bumps off the ground like this is when I immediately steer towards the left. This is the approach for taking this speed trick. Like that. And if you have understood any of what I've said while I was explaining this bridge trick, chances are you will be able to pull this off or pull this off. All of these approaches are fast enough as compared to the right route, which is the normal route. But for us normies, we will take this approach, which is rather simple. Now I can go on the inside line and just sort of squeeze myself in between the wall and the truck, but not necessary. We'll just take the normal route, keeping it nice and tidy, nice and easy. Again, nice. I got 2 barrel rolls. Adjust my car slightly and I start drifting around this part. Don't start steering or don't start drifting too late. And that's because this car has a very bad drifting radius and you'll end up hitting the wall if you start the drift too late. And you want to use visual cues. In my case, I will be using this tree as a visual cue, or rather the shadow of this tree as a visual cue to start a drift like this. And I just continue in this turn, and right around here I do one thing. I should explain it as well. Yeah, as I'm drifting, I will be getting a perfect run around this part, but since I was at a full bar of nitro, I collect to a full bar of nitro, and this is when I cancel my drift and just start steering normally. So this is faster because if I continue to drift, my car will lose speed all the way to like 180, or if I hit this curb, it might even go down to like 160. So that's bad for us. So we are trying to keep a better average speed in this corner. Now, right on the exit of this turn, I use this as a visual cue. I use this part of the shadow of this bridge as a visual cue to apply shockwave and accelerate to my max speed like this. I do some micro drifts in order to conserve enough nitro. So what micro drifts are, essentially, I'm like in a straight line. As soon as I've reached maximum air speed, I'm just pressing the brake button in quick intervals like this. Once or twice. I think I do it twice here. Like this, I reach max speed. One. Okay, so I just do it once in this lap. I take the barrel roll like this. Again, the same thing applies. Apply nitro slightly late for this car is because we want to get a constant surge of nitro while we are in the air. I do that. As I land, I will wait for a second and then I do nitro punching. You can drift normally if you want to, but cancel your drift early on, and that's because you'll be at a lower speed and you don't want to lose too much momentum. This part is a bit tricky, but if you have watched my floaty guide, you might be aware of what a nitro punch is, and it's very easy to do. As soon as you land, and as ensuring that you are in a drift, you press the nitro button like once for a quick second, and as soon as you press the nitro button, you press the brake button as well. And by pressing, I mean clicking on the button. You don't want to hold any of these buttons. The same thing applies to no matter which control scheme you are using. It could be tilt, it could be tap to steer. The same concept applies to any manual control scheme. So as I'm steering normally on this corner, I'll apply shockwave around this part like that. Nice and easy. And straight to the finish line. Easy. So hopefully my lap analysis was able to help you out in this Grand Prix. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And that's about it. See ya.